Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This is just a quick little supplemental episode to show you something I haven't been able to show you in depth before. We, in the past, have looked at this and certain variations of this. This was, of course, the Complete Saga set on Blu-ray from 2011. You may recall that if you pre-ordered this from Best Buy back in 2011, one of the things you would get is a Senitype, a little card that had a little recreated film cell, not an original film cell, but a recreated film cell on that card as a special bonus to celebrate this release. And in other regions, like in the UK, they did the same thing for the original trilogy and prequel trilogy Blu-ray sets, but they did not do that in the United States. In the US, it was just Best Buy for that Senitype. We've looked at the ones from the UK, we've looked at the special limited edition version of this with slightly different packaging from the UK that included the Senitype actually inside it. One thing we haven't seen, though, is how it was originally packaged at Best Buy, because when this originally came out, I was not really a hardcore Star Wars home video collector yet. That really started hitting me about 2 years after this. This was 2011. I really sort of dove in headfirst in 2013, and things escalated quickly, so to speak. But I was able to show you the Senitype, but could never show you how the Senitype itself was packaged, because it wasn't packaged in here. You got it when you did your pre-order at Best Buy. We also saw that you could get the t-shirt at Best Buy as well, but we've seen that including in its original packaging. So what are we going to look at here? We're going to look at the Senitype in its packaging, because I finally managed to get a copy of that. So we have the actual Senitype here, that's this, on the card, in a little plastic protector, kind of like you'd see promo cards for board games and stuff like that in. It is adhered to this cardboard piece very lightly with some adhesive. That's why I actually keep it in a comic bag here to protect it. It says, pre-order now and get a free Best Buy exclusive Senitype film cell. It says, quantities limited while supplies last. See reverse for details. Well, obviously, if you're pre-ordering by picking this up and taking it to the counters, they can go beep, and you can put in your deposit or whatever. Obviously, supplies were still there because it's on the card. Duh. Anyway, Star Wars The Complete Saga on Blu-ray, 9/16/11, September 16 of 2011. You turn it around. Pre-order your copy of Star Wars The Complete Saga on Blu-ray. Pre-order Star Wars The Complete Saga. They certainly say that a lot. That all this stuff is basically pre-order procedures, which I'll read to you here, with the legalese and all that kind of stuff. Down here at the bottom, you've got the names of the films, the offer validity thing, which I can read to you, and basically just Vader off there to the side, just kind of chilling, right? Because I guess he's going to enforce the rules. But basically, the pre-order procedures for those curious: step 1, present this item to any cashier between August 21st, 2011 and September 15th. So all the way up until basically the day before the actual release. At the cash register, step 2, you'll be asked to provide your name, phone number, and email address. Email address? Wow, the future. Step 3, pay the $5 deposit toward the purchase of the pre-order. Obtain a receipt for verification. So not a card or anything like some pre-orders, like say with Phantom Menace. Just your receipt was your pre-order receipt, your pre-order confirmation. Then step 4, retain your receipt verifying your paid deposit. To obtain, and this is in capital letters, to obtain credit for the deposit, your receipt must be presented when picking up Star Wars The Complete Saga. Got it. Step 5, return to store where deposit was made between the release date of the movie and 14 days after release date. So you basically had until the end of September. Release dates are TBD and subject to change. I love how it says release dates are TBD and subject to change when it says it right here. Duh. Again. Refer to bestbuy.com, and they actually give the whole www.bestbuy.com with the HTTP and everything on here, as if it's a link and it's text, for up-to-date release date information. Proceed to customer service with your deposit receipt. Pay existing balance due on any available version of Star Wars The Complete Saga. I love how they say any available version. There was only one version, at least in the United States. And then it says, gosh, I'm reading a lot of text here that's just kind of like legalese stuff and instructions, but note the $5 deposit is toward the purchase price of any available version of Star Wars The Complete Saga. Movie formats, TBD, and subject to change. Well, TBD. It's frickin' Blu-ray. That's the point. That's what's on here. There wasn't anything else. Talk about butt-covering legalese. All deposit certificates must be redeemed at customer service. Oh, certificate, you mean the receipt? Deposit certificate is not redeemable past the expiration date 14 days after release date. So you snooze, you lose your $5. If not redeemed by the expiration date, the receipt may be refunded at customer service. Okay, maybe not you snooze, you lose. Maybe you snooze, you lose your chance to get it, but you get your money back. That's at least better. No photocopies or facsimiles of receipt will be accepted. Release date subject to change. Redeemable only at Best Buy retail store location where deposit was placed. Offer is not valid with other discounts, special bonus or free offer, or promotions. Offer is for individuals, no dealers, please. Now, presumably that means home video dealers. If you deal drugs and that's how you're paying for your copy of the Complete Saga, that's completely cool, apparently. Offer expires September 15, 2011. Any applicable taxes are the responsibility of the person redeeming the certificate. No cash or other substitutions, except that Best Buy reserves the right to substitute the offer with one of equal or greater value in the event the offer is unavailable for any reason. Whew. Offer valid August 21st, 2011 to September 15, 2011, while supplies last. Good in USA only, which only makes sense because that's where the Best Buys are that are doing this promotion. I don't think there were Canadian Best Buys doing this specific promotion. There might have been, but if so, they would have had different language on here. Void where prohibited. I love the void where prohibited because that's another duh, right? If it's prohibited, no shit, it's void. But, you know, always nice to sometimes go down the rabbit hole of some legalese and everything here. But we've seen the Senitype before. We've seen it multiple times before in different variations of packaging, including when we first looked at the Complete Saga way back when, super early in this series, when my camera setup was absolutely horrid. But I just want to take a chance to get a copy of this finally that actually has the backing on it. That was inspired by Matthew Hardesty, a fellow collector who wound up finding one. I was like, huh, I don't have one that's got the backing on it anymore either. So I went and eventually hunted one down, and there we go. So at least in the US, that is the only version you need to worry about if you're looking for the Senitypes on their original packaging, because again, they didn't do them for the original or prequel trilogies. And I believe in the UK, I know for sure at least for the Complete Saga, they were just slipped into the packages rather than being something that was separate. Although the packaging itself, at least for the Complete Saga, did change what it said on the back on the J card type thing, depending on whether it had the Senitype in it or not. But again, that's the UK. We're talking US. For the US, very simply, get the card, pay your $5, come back, buy the set, pay off the balance, you're good. Nice system. Required all that going to stores in person, the thing, though. Oh, sorry, that's the 2022 in me talking. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.